If you're looking for the best mini guitar amp heads, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preferences, sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Orange Micro Terror 20-watt head. Taking after its older brother, the Tiny Terror, the Orange Micro Terror helped define the lunchbox style, which is known for bringing crushing tones to easy-to-move units. The Micro Terror delivers 20 watts of actual tube tone using a 12-7 valve preamp, and it is substantially cheaper than a Krone 120. This amp consistently surprises doubters, and in many ways, it sets the benchmark for what mini guitar amp heads are all about. This simple unit includes controls for volume, tone, and gain. The matching cabinet is available for a reasonable price. If you need a little more bass response, you might opt for the Pekin at 112 at 112 cab instead. If you don't love the bright orange color scheme, the Dark Terror is a nearly identical option that delivers the same size to power ratio with a slightly different feature set. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Bugera T5 INFINIUM 5-watt cage-style amplifier head. While Bugera may not have the same kind of renown as other major manufacturers, the brand has come into its own after emerging from an early history of subpar craftsmanship. Now their mini guitar amp head, the T5 INFINIUM, has a fairly dedicated following thanks to its solid tone and low price. This handsome little unit puts out a max of 5 watts, which is enough to be mic'd in small clubs and great for recording. Controls for gain, treble, bass, and a master volume make up the front panel. The fat switch is basically a boost circuit and bypasses the X settings. On the back, a 3-way power attenuator further complements at home use with options for 0.1, 1, and 5 watts. The number 3 position is held by Joyo Jackman Roman 2 BanTamp JC800. If you want that signature Marshall sound but can't afford the premium price tag that comes with a premium brand, then consider some clone hardware. You can get a fairly good emulation of a Marshall head in the Joyo Jackman Roman 2 BanTamp JC800. The same goes for the Mesa Buddy signature sound in the Joyo Zombie, the Orange signature sound in the Joyo Meteor, the Vox signature sound in the Joyo Atomic, etc. If you can think of an iconic amplifier, then this company probably makes its own budget version of it. After all, mini guitar amp heads are all about convenience anyway, and what is more convenient than a budget price tag? Next at number 4 we have Hotone Nano Legacy Purple Wind. Just like the Joyo BanTamps above, the Hotone Nano Legacy Purple Wind is from another line of inexpensive vintage tube head clones. And though these solid-state versions pale in warmth and depth compared to vintage gear, they still get the job done for cheap. This model is specifically inspired by the legendary Marshall Plexi Super Lead 1959. Considering a used Plexi Super will cost you a couple grand, the Nano Legacy Purple Wind can frequently be found for under $100. Plus it is incredibly compact in comparison. It is about the size of your palm. This amp head is equipped with a 3-band neck and an effects loop in the back of the unit. It also includes a headphone jack/line output and an auxiliary in. We tested this one for a month or so and were pretty impressed with it. Headroom is virtually non-existent, but this amp works well as a miniature fire breather, especially if you turn the gain all the way out. The number 5 position is held by Roland Microcube. The Roland Microcube is the real deal when it comes to mini amps. It may not be the most compact amp in this category, but it definitely has everything a modern guitarist needs. With dimensions of 227x 247x 172 mm and a weight of only 2.7 kg, it is a highly portable amp for practicing at home but also for playing outdoors. The amp is powered by 6Ah batteries or DC adapter. This is a modeling/digital amp, so there are a bunch of preamps and effects on it. Plus it comes with an extra an original feature for this amp, the iCube Link. This connects the amp to any iOS device to help you enrich your practice session and gives you the option to record the music you play. There are several free guitar apps for jamming, learning, and recording that are compatible with the Roland Microcube. The number 6 position is dominated by Vox Mini 3G2. The Vox Mini 3G2 is a compact, lightweight, and portable mini amp with a classic look. This makes it ideal for anyone on the go who wants to be able to spend more time practicing guitar wherever they are. It has 1 step speakers with 3 watts of power. There are 2 power supply options, an AC adapter or 6 Ah batteries that last up to 12 Ah. On the control panel, you will find the standard 1/4 instrumental input. Next to it here are the microphone and the aux input for playing songs or backing tracks. There is also a headphone output. This can be handy because it allows you to play at any time without being too loud for your family or neighbors. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Boss Katana Mini Combo. If you are anything like me, you are probably not used to hearing Boss in context to guitar amp, are you? But not only does it produce amplifiers, Boss has come out with a great Katana series with different dimensions and power, but also with great performance and features. Like almost all amps on this mini list, the Boss Katana amp has small dimensions of 230 to 181 to 116 mm and weighs only 1.2 kg. Surprisingly, this small size amp is packed with a 1/3 speaker with the power of 7 watts. This is loud enough to be used in any environment, although I would definitely not recommend it for band rehearsals. The Boss Katana Mini Combo is a solid-state amp that can operate on an adapter, DC or batteries, 6 XA. It has 2 inputs, 1 instrumental and 1 aux. What is interesting is that besides the standard headphone output, the Boss Katana Mini Combo also has a recording output. This feature gives it a huge advantage over its competitors. The number 8 position is held by Blackstar Electric Guitar Mini Amplifier. Blackstar is a guitar amp manufacturer that has made tremendous progress in the last few years. This is thanks to a group of ex-Marshall engineers who are really well versed in the art of making guitar amps. The body of this amp houses a 1/3 speaker that produces 3 watts output power. According to the dimensions and its power, this is an ideal portable mini guitar amp. Next to the instrumental jack for the guitar, there is also a line input for practicing with backing tracks or simply for playing music. And, of course, the inevitable part of this type of amps is the headphone jack, which is very useful when it comes to practicing in any environment. Next at number 9 we have Marshall MS2 battery-powered micro guitar amplifier. If you want to have a guitar amp with you every time you leave the house, the Marshall MS2 is a great option. This is the smallest solid-state guitar amp you can find on the market. Its dimensions of 110 x 140 x 60 mm and weight of only 0.34 make this amp very portable. However, its tiny body houses a 1/2 speaker, and the output power is very small at just 1. While it is quite good for practicing, 1 is too little unless you practice in a quiet environment, which to be honest, is not always the case. If you set it to a higher volume, the clean channel will distort, like any other amplifier regardless of the power. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Fender Frontman Tang electric guitar amplifier. You have probably come across this amp many times before and you roughly know what it's all about. Compared to all amps so far, this Fender amp falls behind, by far. So why is it on this list? One simple reason: the Fender Frontman Tang is the most popular guitar amp for beginners, and it really deserves this status. The amp has the standard recognizable Fender look with skirted knobs, silver grill cloth, and a black frame. Its price is low because it is a small solid-state amp. Plus, it usually goes in a beginner combo package with a guitar strap, a cable, picks, etc. The reason is simple: it is very cheap and small, which makes it suitable for even the youngest beginners. That's all for today. We upload tech product review videos every single day. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.